Divock Origi, a Liverpool legend, having scored several iconic goals, including in the Champions League final and against the Dinosaurs. And here's Alisson, a goalkeeper. In the 2020-21 season, one of these players scored a single Premier League goal. Obviously, this was Alisson. Yep, that's right. Alisson, the Liverpool goalkeeper, scored a 95th minute winner. But how did he score? Well, he's over 6 foot. Enough said, right? No? Okay, he scored a header from a corner, so I'm kind of right. Because let's be honest, if you're under 6 foot, you're going to be struggling to win headers. Oh, I'm sorry, United fans. Quickly moving on, Alisson isn't the only goalkeeper to score though. In fact, many have before, including the likes of Rogerio Ceni, who scored 41 goals in Serie A. Now of course, these are outliers. After all, goalkeepers are supposed to prevent goals, not score them. But FIFA is FIFA, and scoring goals in FIFA is relatively straightforward. But what if your player had next to no shooting or dribbling stats? Would scoring be so easy? Well, I was stupid enough to try this out and really put my goal scoring abilities to the test. And so I used a fake striker in FIFA. Firstly, let's look at the stats. Yeah, about that. Now I know what you're thinking, these are Werner's stats. And whilst you aren't incorrect, I unfortunately do not have Werner's one good stat, pace. Instead, I have game sense.
Unagi.
And thousands of hours of game time and really just no life. Sad life aside, let's look at how the fake striker performed. To do this, I'm going to be showing you the good, the bad and the ugly. Starting off with the good, the finishing. Oh, go on CPU, play. Yes! Yes! Come on! That, ladies and gentlemen, was my very first shot with this build, hence why I was so excited. Unironically, the fake striker finishing was actually pretty... Hold up! Do you see what I see there? If you're enjoying this video, consider subscribing to KooKenjiClips. As I was saying, the finishing on this build was weirdly good, despite the 23 finishing stat. Now, I don't want to blow out my own horn or anything, but maybe I'm just pretty good at the Who left that in there? On a serious note, some of these finishes are pretty good. I feel like even with a striker build, it would have been difficult to score some of these chances. Like here, I actually did try to go far post there, but it went near post and it went in. So I'm definitely not complaining. But when I was thinking up this video idea, I was thinking of doing it in a meme style, but because of these results, it's made me want to do like an actual review of this build. It's simply ridiculous how good the finishing is for a goalkeeper build in striker. Of course, in many of these clips, I'm in great position to score since I'm deep into the opponent's box, so I should be scoring. But I need to reiterate, I have 23 finishing. So the next time your friend complains about finishing in this game, show them this video. The second aspect of this build that was surprisingly good was passing. You'll see here and in the following clips that I'll make some nice passes and make some good assists. Like my finishing, my stats are dreadful as well, with my passing at around 40 and my crossing even lower at 17. But hey, as we saw with the finishing, stats clearly don't matter in at least Pro Club when it comes to finishing and passing. So it might be something to consider when you're next building your player or choosing players for your team. Quick side note here, if the player on screen had the fake striker build, maybe he would have scored. Now that we've seen the good, let's look at the bad. Despite being 6'5", I managed to lose pretty much every single header I came up against. I just lost everything, no matter how tall or small, and I think a large part of this is because I just have no strength, so I basically got bullied off the ball. The other downfall of this build, the weak foot. If something requires the use of the weak foot, you might as well kick it out of play, because that's what you're doing. Just look at this. Let's just move on now. And finally, the ugly. Oh, come on. Don't you dare, no! No! Why? Why? Here's why. Sadly, the hard truth of FIFA is that pace rules all, and this build is deceptively slow. What I mean by that is that you'll start off running off quick and then you reach that 36 top sprint speed and yeah. It isn't all glum though, something like pace can be worked around with a bit of skill. And just like that, I used a fake striker build in FIFA 22. Yes! Yes! Come on!